Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Netjuke Arts. Today's topic, beer review from up north, Seattle, Fremont Brewing. We're going to be checking out Dark Star, an Imperial Oatmeal Stout. This is a big beer, folks. 8% stout. I'm a big fan of oatmeal in the morning for breakfast. Let's see how oatmeal plays out in this beer. Here we go. Pop the old top, and let's get a pour on. Looks kind of dark. It's a stout, so it's going to be caramely and dark. Not a big fluffy head, but the bubbles are different sized. You can tell a little bit more on the top. They look pretty uniform on the side there, but on the top I see some different size bubbles. Let's get a smell. It smells a little bit sweet, maybe from the caramely flavoring. Let's find out how this tastes. Speaking of flavoring, Imperial Stout, big beer, but silky smooth. I'm picking up on that little bit of sweetness in the smell. It carries over into the taste. And that taste also adds to the silkiness that I'm feeling. Sides of the tongue, little bit of sweetness, roof of the mouth, long, lingering aftertaste. I still have the aftertaste happening on the tip of the tongue now. It's moving about. This is a very nice beer. Smell dissipated pretty quickly. Now almost nothing to note. I can't really identify anything that I might call oatmeal happening in there. As I mentioned, 8%, so it's a big beer, but I'm not getting much of a big beer alcohol burn, so that's a good thing. Maybe that extra sweetness is kind of masking it. I get a feeling that this is another one of those beers that as it settles down, maybe you don't want to drink it so cold out of the fridge. You want it to settle a bit and just actually not go down, but rather go up in temperature just a bit. And I think it's going to release some more of those dark flavors. Not much more to say. I'm going to end up just repeating myself. Maybe some trace amounts of hoppiness in there. They don't show up so much in the first part of the sip. It goes, the flavor starts at the tip of the tongue, and you can really feel it progress along the roof of the mouth. And as I said, a long, smooth, silky aftertaste. That's probably the biggest takeaway that I get from this beer. A friend of mine mentioned, Penny Sleeves mentioned that, boy, don't you ever review any beers that you don't like? Well, I have. You know, I've come across a couple of beers that were not very good. They didn't accomplish what they said they wanted to on the can. But for the most part, yeah, I do like the beers that I sample. And a little bit of that has to do with I try my best to choose well from the get-go. And that's how I end up with less disappointment. Imperial Stouts are not necessarily beers that I drink very much of. But this one here, I wouldn't mind pouring a second time. From Fremont Brewing up in Seattle, Dark Star Imperial Oatmeal Stout. 8%. Very nice if you like that dark caramel sweetness. Not too sweet, mind you. Don't get me wrong. It's not like a candy bar, but it is sweet, and it lingers for a very long time on the tongue like a pleasant memory. I really like this beer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next beer review soon on NetShook Arts. Peace.